where we have infrastructure, where we have the security, where we have education. So that is the responsibility of the government. And for them to be able to achieve their goals, then they usually have a budget. So you can now see budgeting cuts across all those three types of financing, whether it is personal, whether it is corporate, or whether it is finance. But basically, the kind of decision that we are now going to look at during these 5 modules, it is basically based on the personal finance. Because sometimes you'll find that many people could be good in corporate finance, they could be good in public finance, but sometimes they have challenges in terms of managing their personal money. So that is why we thought that this program is important, so that we can now be able to look at the aspect of how you can be able to manage your personal money, and where you can be able to make decisions in terms of budgeting, on how that budget is up to be done in terms of the guidance. So basically, that is what we'll be discussing throughout this week. It will be a 2-hour session where we'll be able to discuss, share experience. And I also wish to encourage you also to be open-minded, share your experience, and see at the end whether we'll be able to achieve the objectives of this training as stated in the course outline, which was shared by Mary. So I hope Kelvin and Samaria, you can hear me loud and clear.
Yes, it's okay.
So any question up to that point in terms of the types of finance?
No.
Kelvin?
No question.
So let's now move and define. We define what is personal finance, which we have said is one of the broad areas in finance, where we have corporate finance, where we have public finance, and where we have now the personal finance, which we are going to discuss during these modules. So when we talk of personal finance, this is a plan which includes the financial goals and a budget. And these decisions that you're going to make here includes spending on goods and services. It includes the savings that we make. It includes investment. It includes philanthropy. And when we talk of philanthropy here, we are talking of giving, whether in terms of religion, you might find maybe we are supposed to give, maybe based on our different religions. In terms of giving to society, sometimes at personal level or at family level, sometimes people also give. So that is also part of personal finance. So when we talk of personal finance, sometimes people think personal finance is more of budgeting. But we also have more of investment decisions. We have more of the goals that you need to make. Because sometimes when you make savings without having goals, we will have challenges. Because we will find that you will not be committed to be able to maintain the savings that you're supposed to make because you don't have proper goals. We are going to see tonight, towards the end, what are some of the elements that you need to know about the goal setting process, because personal finance is guided by the goals. Then this personal finance is a thinking process where we say it is an ongoing process. You don't say that you have reached the end, because personal finance, just like corporate finance and also just like personal finance, is also affected by other factors which are beyond you as a person. You will find that maybe you'll have a goal and say, In the next 5 years, I want to build an empire in terms of business. In the next 10 years, I also want to be a real estate mogul. But sometimes you might not be able to achieve this because of other factors that are coming from the outside environment, where we have the political environment, we have the economic environment, we have the legal environment, we have technological environment, social environment. So those are the factors that can affect you and sometimes affect the goals that you had set, affect your budget. Sometimes you have to move to what we call a lean budget. For example, currently we have personal finances being affected because of the COVID-19. We have people lose jobs. We have people on unpaid leave. We have people who are just having income partially because the investments have been affected, whether in real estate. So during that time, then you might find that not be able to operate normally because we have other factors that you did not foresee in your budgeting process. So it is more of, although we say it's more of budgeting, it's more of investing, but it's a thinking process. When things change, then you also need to review the plans that you had made and reorganize your budgeting process from the typical one that you had made at a particular stage. So any questions so far, Kelvin? Not any question at this stage.
No, no questions.